Hey everybody, welcome to the quasi-weekly, semi-monthly, every now and then community stand-up that we do here with the AllReady project for HTBox. We are today joined by Jim and Rob, who have got some great historical news and some great future news about what's going on with some codathons that we've been doing. And I'm going to talk a little bit today about the state of our repo and some of the things that we've been working on and working through. Jim, you were just up in Wisconsin Dells and talking about and attending that conference.
Yeah, well, this is the second year I've had a chance to attend, and having recalled the previous year, uh, it was an event that gave us a lot of momentum coming out of that first Microsoft hackathon and being able to put the application for the first time in front of a large group, and so it was nice to go back and had an equally good group this year. I think brought some new people into the application and had a chance to work on a lot of different aspects of the of what we're trying to do. We were joined by Kevin Winnery, who is with Twilio out of Minneapolis. So we had a chance to start looking at some of the communications components. But like all the hackathons I think we've done in the past, really a good opportunity to think about kind of where we want this to go, and at the same time doing really practical work at the same time. So I think everybody left there feeling like they contributed, they got a good understanding of the project, and that they made a difference in a couple days. So really good event.
And you know, the focus there always for us is really to hopefully enable people to get connected to the project in such a way that they're wanting to keep contributing after the end of the codathon. That's more important than the body of work that gets done on any
Right.
codathon day.
Yeah, but again, I think it's that mix of using the opportunity to build the team, build some excitement, and at the same time we do walk away feeling like, yeah, we got some stuff done. We pushed the project forward. Cecilia Donnelly from Open Tech Strategies was there also, so good to see people kind of cross-pollinating on these two projects and getting them synced up, getting lots of issues resolved. Basically that's what Tony was doing all day. Was just constantly issues just coming at him, and just keep moving things forward.
Yeah, that was great, and I think that we've actually got all of those pull requests cleaned up now.
Yeah.
Everything that was left over from that conference, we've got it merged in and taken care of. There might be a couple outstanding ones just because we need some
Yeah.
rebases and stuff like that. So if you were at that conference, please go and check and see if you've got any outstanding issues that need to be rebased, and we'll get those
Right.
cleaned up for you.
Right. And I'd say the other thing that we left with was being able to, again, the communications piece. How do we communicate with our volunteers? How do we communicate with our clients, especially using SMS? And so when you look at when you go to GitHub, you'll see those issues are there, and people are starting to work on them.
Yeah, there's the initial implementation of the SMS pieces that we started building out, I guess, at that conference, and so that's really exciting to see something more coming towards fruition. We've been talking for almost a year about a proper notification framework that allows, proper selection over, people's preferred contact method and things like that, and it's just been one of those things that's been out in the wings and hasn't taken priority, and so it's good to see the starts of those starting to bear fruit.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, well, speaking of success at Codathons, I was back. I had the pleasure of meeting Rob in person back at a Codathon in Nebraska earlier this year. That was May this year, right, Rob?
I think so.
And since that, in that time, since that conference down at Nebraska Code, Rob has taken on AllReady and has been a contributor and has been joining our stand-ups. And next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, so that'll be August 27th, I want to say.
Yes, August 27th.
August 27th, you are hosting a Codathon down in Arizona.
Yes, and I understand the confusion because Arizona doesn't do daylight savings time, so apparently it isn't today. But next weekend we're doing a hackathon. AZ Give Camp is hosting the Humanitarian Toolbox Hackathon. I'm not sure how many people we'll get. It may be the 5 of us. It may be 20 or 30. We're really excited to focus more on technical debt cleanup, focusing on eliminating the lava flows. So it'll be really great. One of the things that's really exciting is that we got a cross post of our event. They just went to our meetup page, meetup.com/azgivecamp. They grabbed the entire event description and posted it on their page. So Girl Develop It Phoenix is going to come crash our event, and that's going to be really, really cool.
That
So
is
we're going to
excellent.
start at 9 Arizona time, 11 Central, and start with joining the community stand-up as a room, and then we'll hack all day at 5 p.m. We'll clean it up and pack it up.
Excellent. So I will do my best. Then I'm going to reach out to Tony as well, and we're going to do our best to try and provide coverage for the event for the entire day. So that'll be wonderful. Do you have any? I think I shared some of the assets for you with you for the presentation and stuff like that. Is there anything else we can do to help out to get started there, Rob?
We talked about prioritizing work as well, and how to flag what tasks we'll take on. Those were the biggest concerns that we had. Outside that, it's for the most part logistics about the venue and the feeding people and things like that. That we've gotten sorted out elsewhere. So I think we're looking pretty good.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to just give a little bit of an update here on our repo. So let me share the screen and get into that. So right now, if you are to jump in, first of all, if you go to if this is your first time catching one of these, we have done these in the past. There's a docs folder at HTBox already on GitHub, and we've got some media here, and we've got some requirements, and these are kind of the place where you can go to dive in and check out the whiteboard sessions. These are what's happened recently, and then we've got a video that actually walks through the intent of the application. So here's some things here that will probably help you out a little bit. We have the AllReady requirements that were converted into Markdown by Rob, actually, so that's a wonderful place to start if you're looking at getting connected. But generally speaking, if you hit our repo and you look at the outstanding issues, we got some issues. Most of these are not bugs, but more related to, there's a lot of stuff about removing technical debt and unifying our approach on how we tackle tasks inside the project. There's also a large number of just outstanding features that need to be developed. So not so much issues in terms of in a negative connotation, but lots of work to be had and to pull down. If you want to get connected, of course, we've got a technical backlog. There's a feature backlog. There are still some items from that conference target with still 15 items that can be addressed from here. So if there's something that's not assigned, feel free to pick it up. There's a jump in tag, so if you look at the green label called jump in, we try and, let me just take the milestone off of this guy here. And you can see that we've actually got still 30 issues that are, a lot of them have to do with writing unit tests, but it's a good way to jump in and get familiar with the code base. Right now we've got 13 pull requests open. I think 7 or 8 of them are actually have to do with removing some of that technical debt that are still open, and we're just waiting for some rebases. You'll find that as far as getting connected to projects go, we're pretty open and communicative. If you've got a request that you want to, if you've got an issue that you want to work on, just say, hey, I want to work on this one. Open up a pull request. You can see some people mark them with work in progress. We've got 4 or 5 regular contributors on the project who are more than happy to offer some feedback and some advice, and we will try and help you move in the general direction of where we're trying to get the code as well. So as an example, recently, we're trying to, one of our focuses is removing this dependency on AllReady data access. So there was an interface that was introduced very, very early in the project, predates most of the current contributors. And what happened was that thing grew and spun out of control almost into this huge do-everything class for everything related to data access. We have actually since moved into more of a CQRS approach, at least from an object, or from a a feature perspective, we're trying to do commands and queries from on the code side of things, and this is really helping to really make clear what a class is doing. It's kind of following, single responsibility principle and things like that, and so that's the direction that we're moving in. There's still a lot of work to do, and there's a lot of heavy lifting in terms of, if you've got a method that goes and fetches data that is used throughout the application, you might end up having to address 10 or a dozen files or so in order to make that dependency on AllReady data access disappear. So there's a lot of work there. Mike McCarthy's actually been doing a ton of work in that space, and we super appreciate that. So if you're looking at something to jump in on, there's lots of requests out there, lots of issues out there. We're more than happy to have your help. And like I said, we've got lots of folks who are willing to jump in and help provide some direction, and we always appreciate the pull requests. Okay, just before we close, Jim, anything else from your side?
No, nothing else except always looking for new opportunities at hackathons to share the project and work with people. I know we'll be at Grace Hopper in Houston in October, so looking beyond that, hope to find more events.
Yeah, and I actually just was, the London.NET users group from London, Ontario, Canada has actually reached out, and they're looking at doing a codeathon as well, and that's going to be this fall. So I'm just in right now trying to work with them to get some stuff coordinated, and hopefully they've asked for someone from the team to open with a presentation and things like that. So we'll be looking at doing that as well, and see where it goes from there.
Perfect.
Rob, anything else on your side?
Nope, I'm good.
Wonderful. Okay, thanks again, everyone, for joining in, catching up with the AllReady crew here, and we'll talk again soon. Cheers.
Great, thanks.
Cheers.